Hi there, I'm Michael Cohn from Advanced Tubular Technologies. In this video, I'd like to show you how to perform what's called a loopback test, where we send signals through the MOX support inside your Benderlink Ethernet module back to the program that sent the signal. We use an adapter for that. I'll show you where you can find information on that, and also a program we call the loopback tester, which is available on our website. So the first thing I would do is make yourself an adapter. So go into our help site and type the word loop, look for loopback adapter, find this pin out, and then take an adapter like this. You can see we've got an adapter that goes from a DB9 over to an RJ45. We're going to not use the RJ45 side. We're just going to use these pins. And I would pull these out and cut them and solder them the way you see here in this pin out. So pins 1, 4, and 6 need to be all soldered together, and you can see the numbering on the back side of this port based on the drawing here. So not the front side, but the back side. Now, once you've made that and you've installed the loopback test, you can download it from this link right here, also from the main web page. Then what you can do is make sure that your MOX support is set up inside the import driver. And right now you can see it says COM6, and it is communicating through the network cable into this serial device server, and it believes that it has a COM port 6 over here. So you can see this DB9 RS232 port here. And we're going to eventually plug in the loopback adapter that I made for this video. But first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to let it fail. So it says COM6, so let's go to COM6 here. And we're going to open the port. And it says the port is now open, so that's fine. And so that part is working. The COM port needs to open. And eventually, though, it's looking for a loopback signal, and it's not going to see any, so it's going to start to fail here. You're going to see in these 3 smaller lines at the bottom of this window, it's going to say fail, fail, and fail. So if we say, for example, we're looking for a line called transmit and a line called receive, just 2 lines there, and they're failing. Or we could look for 4 lines, TX, RX, RTS, and CTX, and that's failing. Or we could add 2 more lines to that and then check for 6 lines, which is the complete test of the RS232 protocol. At least in our case, it's complete enough. So in this case, it's just not working, is it? So we're going to stop this loopback test, and I'm going to plug in the loopback adapter. And now I'm going to open the port again, and right away you're going to see it's accepting the signal all the way back through the loopback. Not only is it doing that, but it's telling us what the maximum latencies are, the current latency, which would be the amount of pauses that your network is creating when it's trying to communicate. So right now we've got a latency of 8 milliseconds, and the max was 10. Now on my network, I can get maybe 20 milliseconds for the maximum latency. So the higher the latency, the slower your communication is going to be. On a very busy network, you're going to see a pretty high latency figure, which of course will interfere with speedy communications. Or you might see periodic failures. If you see a failure, then you're probably looking at some other issue. It could be a bad MOXA, it could be a bad cable, and you know that something is wrong. And now all of this is running independent of VTube Laser, VTube Step, or any of the Benderlink packages that we have. So it's not the software at this point. Now, if it runs perfectly like this at a decent speed, then you know that there's nothing wrong with the hardware and there's nothing wrong with your cabling. At this point, you can turn off this loopback test, go straight into VTube Laser, and then try your communication. If it's still not working at that point, then it's something else, isn't it? It's not this. It's not the cabling. It's not your network. It's not the MOXA. It's a way for us to use a process of elimination to determine what the problem is in order to solve your problem. So I hope you found that this video is helpful in diagnosing what's going on with your Benderlink Ethernet module and the MOXA port and the cables going up to that. If you have any questions about what you've seen in this video, please feel free to email me or my team at support@advancedtubular.com. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video. Have a great day.